Hi students, coming to the first normal form. So let us see what are the requirements and properties and how we design the first normal form in this video. Now it is a first normal form is a property of a relation. So what relation is nothing but a table. It is a property of relation in a relational database. So you call it as a property, just it is a property of relation in a relational database. So here all attributes in a relation means all attributes that are in a table means the fields must have only atomic domains. Atomic means it is indivisible domains. Domains are nothing but values, means whatever the table is there. Okay, so this table consists of attributes, different attributes. So these attributes must have only atomic values. It should hold only atomic values, atomic domains. So that is a first normal form is represented like this, means it only holds the atomic values. So now let us see what are the requirements it wants. So if any table that should convert into first normal form, so whatever the relation we are taken, if you want to convert that relation into first normal form, you have to follow some requirements. You need some requirements. So what are those requirements? So first requirement is each table has primary key. Each table has primary key. So the first thing is the table that contains, so in the tables you are having the attributes. So any one of the attributes should have identification key, that acts as a primary key. So the first rule, first requirement. So here the primary key is nothing but minimal set of attributes which can uniquely identify a record. So that I already explained. So let me write minimal set of attributes which can uniquely identify a record. So this is the first requirement. Now coming to the second requirement. The value in each column of a table or atomic means no multi-value attributes allowed. Atomic means no multi-value attributes are allowed. So this is the second requirement. So first it has to hold the primary key, and the second, each column of a table, each value of a table, these are the values, means the tuples. Each value of a table or atomic, you have to hold only one value. So for this attribute, suppose B attribute holds only one value. Suppose B has name Bhanu. So it doesn't, this will be allowed. So if B is like Bhanu, Priya, means this B attribute, one tuple is holding multi values. If it is holding multi-value attributes, then this is not allowed. Okay, so the values in each column of a table or for atomic. So that is the second requirement. And the third one is there are no repeating groups. So you have to follow that. There should no repeating groups are allowed. There are no repeating groups. What is a repeat? What do you mean by that repeating groups? Means two columns means two attributes. So two fields do not store similar information, means the same information are allowed or not allowed for two columns. So these are the B and C are two columns. So for these two columns, there are they do not store similar information in the same table. So if another table is, it's okay. But in the same table, no two columns should have the same information. So these are the requirements that you have to need when you want to convert a relation into first normal form. Okay. So let me so we have seen the requirements of the first normal form. Now first, if you take any relation, if you take any table, the first step is we have to decompose the table by using these requirements. Now let me tell 1NF decomposition. How we decompose the table. So whatever the relation table we have taken, that table has to be decomposed by using the 1NF requirements. So first, what we have to do, place all items that appear in the repeating group in a new table. So whatever the items that are appear in a repeating group, you have to place those items in a new table. These are the steps you have to follow while you want to decompose the relation. Next, designate a primary key, means you have to identify a primary key for each new table produced. Means now you decompose the table, means all the similar items that are appear in repeating groups, you make it as a new table. Means now suppose if you have two tables, so in each table you have to make it one attribute as a primary key. And the third one, duplicate in the new table the primary key of the table from which the repeating groups was extracted, or vice versa. So these are the steps you have to follow for decomposing the relation into first normal form. So let's see some examples, then you will understand what exactly the first normal, how we make a relation into first normal form. So here I have taken one example. So this is unnormalized student table, means this is not normalized. Normalized, which is not normalized, means a redundant data is there here. Okay, so a student is holding different redundant data. So he is holding the class 1 information as well as the class 2 information. So a table consisting of redundant data. If you want to reduce this redundant data, you have to make it as a normalization. So by using 1NF. So here the student and his ID, name and the room, class 1 information and the class 2 information. Now I am going to decompose this table into normalized student table. Normalizing means decomposing the table by reducing the redundant data using first normal form. So the first normal form means you have to follow the rules like it should hold the primary key, the first thing. So I have taken the student as a key. Okay, means it should hold the primary key. At the same time, all the values should be atomic. So these are the atomics. No multiple values are allowed in each attribute. So here the 1, 2, 3 for AD means ID. So and his name, room, and this is class 1 information, means the class 1, and this is the class 2, and again class 1 and the class 2. So this table is converted into normalized table using first 1NF, first normal form. So let me explain with another example. So here you have I have taken one table. So this is a relational R, a table, so which is not normalized, unnormalized table. So here the course is an attribute and content is an attribute, and these are the tuples in that attribute, means the rows. So here it holding the multiple values. Multiple values means it is not in 1NF. So Java, C++, web is holding the multiple values, HTML, PHP, ASP. Now I am making this table to normalized table. So in the normalized table, so how this table is converted into 1NF? Course content. So programming, each value should be placed in another tuple. So programming Java, programming C++, web HTML, web PHP, web ASP. So here I have taken the content as a primary key. So now here there are no multiple values. So then you can say this table is in normalization table. So here each attribute must contain only single value from its predefined domain. So whatever the domain you have taken, that domain is holding only single value. This is single value it is holding. Each domain is holding single value. So this 1NF is mostly used in small to medium size applications. So the main in which areas we will use this first normal form. So whereas small to medium size applications, if you are using, then you prefer this first normal form. This is about the first normal form. Thank you.